Hello, everyone. Welcome. My name's Seven, and I just want to quickly talk about this article because it's been bugging me ever since I read it. Um, it's from actually a while ago. It's from like October last year, so it's pretty old, all things considered. But it's about the Rising of the Shield Hero and six of Naofumi's weaknesses, and I just fucking find them. Most of them are really stupid. So, as someone who's a big fan of the series, I want to talk about them. And we're starting off here with a bit of a description of Shield Hero. You know, it's a very popular isekai anime where Naofumi is someone as a Shield Hero, and he's pretty much just fucked from the get go because he is the Shield Hero. He has no attack. He gets betrayed, so he doesn't trust anyone. Yeah, he really does get fucked over pretty badly. But his first weakness is his default offensive capabilities. And they say here, the shield hero, just like name implies, carries a shield. Being the shield hero, Naofumi can do one thing: shield or defend himself from attacks. Defending is good, but not necessarily sufficient for him to realize his goals. To become stronger, Naofumi has to have defensive and offensive capabilities. So yeah, Shield Hero, Naofumi's shield, he really does have like a even shorter end of the stick when it comes to, like, a shorter end of the straw when it comes to being the Shield Hero because this is like a light novel spoiler, but in volume 20 of the light novel, we meet a character called Mamoru, who is also a Shield Hero, but from the past. And where did they differ? Well, Mamoru is more like a balanced build. He has attack and defense, but his defense is lower than Naofumi's defense, who is just all in on defense. That's why he doesn't have any offense. Because if they do give him like his, like even the slightest point of attack, with his physical strength, there would be no struggle in the anime or the show or the series. Because the light novel readers know Naofumi's strength is busted. Like, there's only a couple of characters who even he says he's afraid of being in a physical confrontation with them. Someone like Sadina, who he has mentioned in the series that he does not want to be alone with her too much because, she could overpower him. And with other characters, he doesn't really have that fear. But really, Sadina would not do anything like that. She's very respectful. Now, trust issues. This actually is a bit of a weakness that he grows over throughout the course of the series. He still has it, but his trust issues do cause him some trouble. But not where I'd say it's necessarily a weakness. It's also a bit of a double-edged sword because he is very hard to get people to trust. Like, it's very hard for people to trust him. Of like him both trusting other people. Sorry, that is caused, of course, by bitch, the one who should burn in hell. But yeah, so he does have trust issues, and it is actually revealed in volume 4 of the light novel that during the 2-week period between Malty's bitch's betrayal and him buying Raphtalia, that there were some people that actually came up to him and that wanted to help him. There were some demi-humans. Because he was so angry, he didn't trust anyone. His only anger, he turned him away, and that's why no demi-humans actually approached him. That's not something the anime really covers, so I think it's like an interesting tidbit to bring out there. Now, this one is the one that pissed me off the most. Slow movement during battle. And the reason why, I'm going to read it to you. As the shield hero, Naofumi carries a shield, which is quite heavy for him. One of the strongest physical characters in the show, like pure physicality, not attack power wise. He's clearly the weakest in that regard. The weight of his shield limits him from using the shield properly and dodging attacks. Naofumi is quite good in battle, but sometimes the shield gets in the way. There has never been a case where the shield gets in his way. Never. The only thing that gets in his way is his lack of attack power. But even then, his party makes up for that. Like, how do you not know the series? Like, same with his armor. Like, his armor has airway processing in it to make it lighter because mobility is a pretty big thing for him. He needs to be fast enough to be able to block the attacks or intercept them. to save protect his party. So that is something that Naofumi definitely cares like thinks about pretty heavily, like his mobility and speed. Um, and still, like Naofumi has several attacks, like magics that he can use to even boost his own speed. Stuff like Liberation Aura, All Liberation Aura, White Aura. He's got a ton of boosting magic because he doesn't have any offensive magic, obviously not. That he can use to make himself stronger, speed himself up. And starting from volume 19 of the light novel, he can actually use that magic pretty much instantaneously. So even like the big casting time for something like Liberation Aura gets pretty much instantly, and he has it. So it's pretty. He's pretty stacked when it comes to that. But like the weights that pulls him down, the weight has never been a problem for him. Like seriously, and again, like I said, his strength is one of the highest of in the entire series. Like from volume 7 onward already. Like if you know, you know. In volume 7, he does have his fight with the Spirit Tortoise's head, his third fight where he's with Philo and Ost, and he has to survive against the Spirit Tortoise's attack for like an hour, and he's holding that thing down. Like it's impressive. And they're trying to say, oh, his shield is gonna be weighing him down. Yeah, right. That stuff just annoys the ever-living shit out of me. I'm not gonna lie. Limited resources, forced to become an outcast. Now, you see, this is really another one that's, yeah. So, Naofumi's encounter with Bitch still affects him, especially financially, as he steals the money he is supposed to use to buy equipment and supplies. Now, Future also make ends meet and has to find ways to get money and other resources. Since the princess accuses him of assaulting her, Naofumi became an outcast, and he lost support from the kingdom and eventually living in the kingdom. This limitation affects his goal of becoming stronger because he cannot buy what he needs to help him improve his abilities. Now, I would not say this is a weakness of him. Actually, I'd say he's doing pretty well. Like, even in the season 1 already, you can see that he's making money, right? Like, as soon as Raftalia comes by, he gets even more money. Like, I think it's like one of the first days he buys Raftalia and he go out to hunt. And then it's like he gets like 4 silver from that. And normally his normal is like a little bit over 1 silver and a lot of bronze. With Raftalia, that increased a lot. So he makes sure like he gets by with what he needs. So really, this is not really a weakness. This is really just a bit of a struggle that he has to go through. And we have at several moments in the show already seen his brilliance mind when it comes to getting money. Like, take for example in season 2 where he has to get money in Kizuna's world, and he basically just gets the most money out of it as possible. So he is a very smart character when it comes to money. Even in the light novel, during his introduction, he says that he has a lot of real life money in some video game characters because he has some legendary items and he's selling those in like auctions. So he definitely is like a very money centric person. He thinks about money a lot. He knows how to get it and stuff like that. But yeah, he is an outcast, but he gets connections through his hard work. And even like the weapon shop guy, like Earnhardt, the fucking goat, he is willing to help Naofumi out. He's willing to work with him because he's amazing. He's the best. And he does get connections later on, and they even know that he's a shield hero. They don't care. Like, some people even approach him because he's a shield hero, like the slave trader, who actually in the book originally was supposed to try to get Naofumi as a slave, which we later learn would have been impossible because Naofumi is a hero and heroes cannot be enslaved. It's like a rule in the world. Now, emotional scars. As a result of Bitch's betrayal, Naofumi still bears emotional scars that have yet to fully heal. Like, yeah. It is true that it has definitely shaped his behavior. Like, he himself admits it as well. He has a very warped personality because of that. So he definitely misses himself. Yeah, like he says, he's only seeking vengeance. Again, that's like mischaracterizing his character because his focus is more like on surviving than getting revenge. Really, like most of the time, he's worrying about how to survive before he's thinking about, oh, I want to get revenge on these guys. That's actually he gets it. Sure, he gets the revenge on them, and he gets a bit of payback. But especially like early on, his main goal is like surviving. There are like later on in the casino arc, he is trying to get revenge for against the scumbag that stole the spiritual resources power. So then he's like out for revenge. But in season one, he's more focused on surviving. So really, I don't really understand this personally. Like, he's not trying to seek vengeance. That's like a side effect of his actions. He is more focused on getting stronger and surviving in this world with his party. And then depends on his allies for offensive capabilities. Stronger in a group. Again, this is another really weird thing for me, because this is actually a weakness that he has no offensive capabilities, sure, but the fact that he like depends on his party, they defend each other. It's like Raftali and Naofumi have a very codependent relationship. Raftali can only fight as well as she does because she knows Naofumi's gonna be there to protect her, so that they're both stronger together, and I don't see how that is a weakness, on all honesty. And even still, like, Naofumi has a lot of ways to, well, not outright defeat his opponents. He obviously has gonna have trouble with that, but he does have skills that he can use to, give himself a bit of a boost. Like, technically, the familiar shield can summon Rafchan, who can transform into, who transformed into Natalia in volume 16 during the fight with Takt. And, well, we're going to assume here that is the Natalia we saw in also in volume 14, which means that he could technically summon someone with the same level of power that Natalia wielded during the whole Kyutenlo mess, like during that part of the story. So that's honestly still pretty good, And like you said, he circumvents his weakness by just being smart and knowing how to use his abilities and using his shield. Like you said before, he doesn't know how to use his shield properly and like how it's holding him down. But that is not true. The shield never gets in his way. The shield saves his ass so many times. Even just like Naofumi does not just dodge and block attacks. Like he parries attacks as well, and in the books, he pins a lot of his enemies down as well. That's something I really dislike about the anime sometimes. They don't show off just how much of a beast Naofumi can be. Like, you don't have a scene where he's, like, pulling on the tiger clones, tiger copies, his tails, and just throwing them back. That's in the books, but it's not in the anime. That would have been a cool scene to see in the anime. And they even just cut out the entire fight with him. Like, the anime only has him fight the Spirit Tortoise's head one time, and I get they did it for like time purposes, but I would rather have like season 2 just be the Spirit Tortoise arc with like 12 episodes, and then we could have also gotten the actual entire story of that arc, the training arc as well, which now we don't have, which kind of worsens his characters. I love Naofumi, I really do. But the fact that he has not been like seen training or like really been busy with training, even though in the books that's the thing he's really busy with actually. Not really. He is in volume 11. He's complaining, like I think it's volume 12. But he's complaining that he has to go to the mountains to go train because he needs to figure it out, And that's like something he does have. Like the anime does not really show him training all that much. Well, in the books it's a bigger thing that he has to train to cover up his weaknesses, because right now Anime Naofumi is doing nothing with it at all. So it's more annoying. But yeah, I just want to do this quick video on one of my favorite characters of all time. It's Naofumi is amazing. He's a main written character. The anime definitely waters him down a bit. The books are better, obviously. But yeah, I saw this list of his weaknesses, and I just thought it was so stupid. I wanted to talk about this. The only one that's really a valid one is his default defense capabilities. The other ones, I'd say, aren't really weaknesses. It's part of his personality. They can sometimes fuck him over. Like, especially just has fucked him over in the past. But besides, like, trust issues and maybe limited resources, even though that's not really been a thing, he's managed just fine. Like, the emotional scars and the trust issues are like the most valid ones. They're pretty much the same thing. Like, yes, trust issues and his emotional scars from that betrayal. So really, you could just listen to like 5 weaknesses and still been as wrong. But at least you would have had like only 5 weaknesses and not 2 of them be pretty much the same. Like his and his scars basically are the same thing. But yeah, that's all I want to talk about. The film's great, and this article really just bugged me. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.